I had something else in mind I was going to do, but since everybody else is talking about it, I thought I'd give my 2 cents in. And my first gut reaction to the Antifa battle of Berkeley is as these people had it coming. When you lead an organization to riots, to fight, to step up the violence, you cannot just expect violence not to come back at you. The moment you swing a fist at somebody, you should immediately expect for another fist to come back at you. This is what happens in the USA. History is filled with event after event where the people of America, the diverse individuals that we are, stand up to oppression over and over again. We know these clowns didn't study history, lest they not have experienced the sore lesson that they deserved at the ass-whipping of Berkeley. They stand for anarcho-communism. Communists got their ass handed to them by the USA and other Western nations when we went and fought in World War II. They stand for socialism. That didn't work out well for Hitler when USA and other allied nations whooped his ass too. They oppose free speech. When the British tried to tell us what to do in 1775, it didn't work out for the British either. That was a little bit longer of a war, but that war ended with the foundation of the United States of America. And just like any American history battle, they lost, and this will escalate. Someone is going to die if they don't stop. I think it's time for educators to realize what they're doing is wrong. What they are teaching these kids is false. What they need to do is correct their behavior and fix this mess. But we both know this won't happen. They're too sold into their ideology. Instead, they'll double down. The lion is out of its cage at the Coliseum of Berkeley. They will run into opposition. And when that happens, all of us that have been saying that this ideology of Marxist identity politics was bullshit will have a sad and depressing "I told you so" to deliver. I'm not the only one that sees the writing on the wall. We all know what's next. Some of these misguided kids are going to die. They can't fight. They use child antics such as throwing bricks, pushing trash cans around, setting fire to things, and throwing fireworks. They get punched in the face and it's all over. They pull people out of the crowd and single them out and try to beat that one person up with 6 people. When the crowd gets to them, they scatter like ants. They have no organization when it comes to battle. They only are there to antagonize. Yet the people that are fighting, they were disarmed at first. If they were allowed their weapons in this fight would have been over quicker than it started. But that's only the tip of the iceberg. For example, the Arizona Antifa thought it would be a great idea to march down the street carrying what looked like assault weapons and assault rifles and other such weapons. We come to learn that they were all airsoft, but you can't really tell the difference between these weapons and real ones. So if they were to bring these to a fight, the end is inevitable. Someone's going to get shot, because the people that they're fighting, the supposed right wing, the supposed white supremacists, they carry real weapons. They believe in the First Amendment as much as they do the Second. There's a reason why a well-organized militia is allowed to form to put down the enemies of the state. The Antifa have become that enemy. If anything else, this is a plea for both sides to knock their bullshit off. If you can't have a civil discussion, don't have a discussion and go simmer in your own room. But if you bring it to the streets and decide to fight somebody, expect to get your ass whooped eventually. You can't win them all. And by all means, please do not escalate this further than it already has, because the end is something that you guys will not want to see. But I fully expect this to continue. The Battle of Berkeley was just the beginning. This will spread across the United States. Other Antifa groups will get more organized. They'll double down because of this loss and think that they need to fight harder against the oppressive, white, straight male. And when they do that, they'll bring other weapons. Sticks and stones and their M80s may not work. Maybe they'll be the first to bring an actual gun to the fight, or a knife. And if they are, this is just going to get messier, because then it's going to be a hunt. And I can guarantee you the people that they're fighting will show up in mass and fight back. So this is insanity at its finest. This needs to stop. This entire mess is politically driven by a religion of the secular mind, the religion of identity politics dressed in Marxist ideological groupings that aren't the proletariat and the bourgeoisie. It's now the minority and the oppressed and the gender pronouns versus the straight white male. I don't think that they realized when you group as a minority, you're still a minority. And when you're the minority of the minorities, meaning that you don't have everyone on the minorities on your side, that makes you an even smaller group. The straight white male is much, much bigger. At any rate, I hope that this stops soon because this is absolutely insane. And it needs to end. If this happened in any other state but California, say this happened in Texas, for example, there would have been bloodshed. It happened in Washington and somebody got shot. When are they going to realize that the further they push this, the worse it's going to end for them, not for America?